Crafts, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you hang around for a while, and if not, welcome back. And I am sorry I have been MIA. I wanted to just go ahead and do a whip and chat so that I could explain everything in detail while I worked on a kit. And yeah, I'll just be giving you all of the details, obviously, as to why I have been MIA. But before I get into that, I just wanted to kind of go over what I'm working on here. So this kit is a little snack size kit. I literally started it yesterday and I'm over halfway through with it. So yeah, so this is what I'm working on. This is called Nap Time. It's from Randall Spangler. I believe that this is a small like cut. It's an edit of like a cropped image of a larger Spangler painting. But this was a little Amazon exclusive. And I actually tried to locate this today because I wanted to look at something online, and I couldn't find it on Amazon anymore. So I am thinking that they either are not bringing this one back to Amazon, or it's just out of stock right now, so it's not there. I'm really not sure, but I'm glad that I snagged it when I did. The reason that I went ahead and pulled this out is because I actually finished my most recent kit, and I just wanted something a little snack size to work on in between bigger ones. Also, I've never done a Spangler before, and I've always wanted to. So I was like, I just want to do this little snack. So I actually filmed an unboxing that I have not put on my channel yet. Hopefully I can get that up here really soon. But this kit, this kit is so stinking cute. I am obsessed. And I'm having a good time working on it. Lots of really pretty browns and stuff. So that is what I'm working on. It's a little one. If you didn't see the measurements, it's 38 centimeters by 33 or 15 by 13 inches. So it's small for a diamond art clip kit specifically. But let's see what I'm using here today. From BellaArtDeNicole, I have my trays. This is the rose gold color. This is a large size. I have my lid on there right now, but pull that off because I've got some drills in there that I'm going to be using. And then this is the smaller size. So just to give you the comparison of sizes, I'm going to be using the bigger one for more of my color blocking, and then I'll use the smaller ones for like smaller sections, or smaller areas of color. Anyway, so I'm going to be using these, and then this is also from BellaArtDeNicole. It's just my little trash drill holder, and it's a cover minder as well. And one of my friends made fun of me. She was like, you used the Gryffindor tape. I just thought these colors matched, and I didn't realize that this was a simply gilded Gryffindor washi. So, oops, I used the Gryffindor washi on my on this diamond painting. Oh well. Anyway, I have two ButterflyEffectWares pens. This one is a diamond cast blank, and then this one is a ButterflyEffectWares blank. But both of them are turned by ButterflyEffectWares, and I love their pens. This is my like favorite shape. Both of these are just a regular pen, and yeah, I love these. Anyway, I just wanted to use the ones that were regular, and then for my putty in here, I have my own scented putty that I made from Hobby Lobby's putty. And then, let's see, I have my Elizabeth Ward storage containers. I always try to link all of these things in the description. So, you know, all of my favorite places, I usually have them linked. So if you have questions about that, just let me know. I have my diamond art clip tweezers up here that I use, and I think that's about it. Anything else? I don't think so. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But that's what I'm going to be using here today, and I figured I'd just go ahead and get into the diamond painting, and then I will explain why I have been MIA. So, while I get into my first symbol here, I will explain very briefly, and then I'll get into more detail on what happened. But the reason that I have been MIA is actually embarrassingly enough, it's because I hurt my back. So I will give you the details as to what actually happened there here in just a little bit as I kind of go. Like my typical, if you're not new here, my typical way that I do my whip and chats is I kind of just go through, I go through the previous week and I just talk to you about what I did during my previous week, and I go into detail about that. And then I kind of tell you what I have coming up in my upcoming week. So that is, you know, kind of how I typically structure. So I just figured I will share with you what happened with my back and everything, like during that day, because it was kind of a whole day gradual buildup of injuring myself, which is very odd and not anything that I typically would have thought would have happened. It wasn't like a certain instance in time. It was just like one big long day that led up to, oh wow, I don't feel so great and my back is not happy. Anyway, so I will get into that. One other really quick update, diamond painting related, that I just wanted to share is that I am still doing my giveaway. I'm just really behind on everything. I don't want to put out the last giveaway video until a little bit later. I'm going to do it a little bit later this week. So there is going to be one huge vlog between now and later this week. And that one is not going to have any of the keywords in it. I just wanted to let you know. It's going to be a fairly long vlog and it won't have the keywords. I will make sure that somewhere on like the, what do you call it? Like the thumbnail that I make, I'll make sure that that thumbnail has the, has like something about the giveaway in it. So you know that that's the video that has the keywords. But yeah, so I just wanted you to know that that giveaway is still happening, that I still plan on doing it, and that it's just going to be a little later than I originally anticipated because of the goings on. So that being said, yeah, so the last time I talked to you guys was actually almost 2 weeks ago now. So the last time I recorded, it was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Wednesday, August 10th. And then my whip and chat went up like the very next day on the 11th. But, yeah. So today is, today is August 23rd. It's Tuesday, August 23rd. And, so yeah, it's been almost exactly 2 weeks, which is very unfortunate and really kind of sucks. I'm sorry. Like I said, I try to do, you know, weekly whip and chats, and I've had a few of you guys reach out to ask me if I was okay, because I know like normally my videos are a lot more frequent on my channel. I am so behind on filming. I have had like 5 finishes now that I have not done post reviews for and really want to. So honestly, y'all might just get a big like slew of post reviews all at once. You know, y'all don't have to watch them. Like some of my videos, like I record them for me, you know, just to have like, you know, the experience of doing that kit like documented. So, you know, anyway, you don't feel like you have to watch all of those post reviews. I just wanted to let y'all know if those start kind of coming through, that is why, is because I'm just trying to get caught back up. And like, I never filmed my July in review video, which it's almost too late for at this point. I might just combine, July and August is probably what I'll do. But I do want to still do individual post reviews for each of them. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with filming. But yeah, so the last time we talked was Wednesday, August 10th. So I'll just kind of go into like Thursday, oops, that was our washer. But yeah, so I'll go into like Thursday the 11th, and then Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th. Like, I'll just go in order. So Thursday the 11th was like basically like any other day. I did, you know, get my WIP and chat up for y'all, and I worked from the office as I do every Wednesday and Thursday. So, you know, nothing new there. And then, like when I got home that night, I filmed that triple unboxing for y'all. And I got that up over the weekend. And yeah, it was just kind of a normal Thursday night, like all was well. Not much happening. I think I did get a vlog up from like through last Friday, maybe, or through that Friday. So it's been, you know, almost that long since I did a vlog too, and I have a lot of vlog footage to catch up on and put out there, but I don't know. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, so that Friday night, I went to Bath and Body Works, and I think I filmed that haul, and I feel like I recall that was on a video already. So yeah, I think that's where we left off, was Friday night. So yeah, Friday night, I went to Bath and Body Works and filmed that little haul and put it in the vlog. And then David and I actually on Friday night, we also filmed an unboxing of our because we had to go, I think we went shopping Friday, like grocery shopping. But we filmed an unboxing of our flower preservation. So I think I talked about it very briefly, but when we got married, we preserved our wedding flowers with a vendor in Texas. And we got a pressed piece, and then we got a few pieces like in resin that we'll be able to have forever. So I like overnighted my bouquet after the wedding to this vendor. So we opened our flowers, and they're gorgeous, and I cried like a baby. But that is another video that I really want to get up and posted on the channel soon. You know, it isn't diamond painting related, but the fact that we opened them on camera and took the time, like I really want to edit that video and make sure that it gets up on the channel at some point. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm like, I'll get there eventually, but yeah, so this little shape. So we filmed that on Friday night. So then Saturday rolls around, and this is when things were not so happy. So Saturday morning, we had like a nice slow start to Saturday morning. We were just kind of lazing around, spending some time together. We had some coffee. Like it was a nice Saturday morning. It was a slow start. We had some plans to do a date night. And so we we're just kind of relaxing beforehand and wanted to get a few things done around the house. So we saved some of the bigger stuff for later. Like we needed to do like not bigger stuff, but like the stuff that we do every week, like mow the lawn and do some dishes and do some laundry and cleaning litter boxes, like that sort of stuff. We saved that for Sunday. And then on Saturday, we just kind of wanted to take it easy and recuperate from the work week. So Saturday morning, it was like just before lunchtime, we went outside and we decided to go ahead and put up that umbrella. So this particular umbrella was, it's the one that I've kind of been talking about on the channel that has been looming over our heads for quite some time. We bought it from Costco.com. Nose is itchy. So we bought this umbrella from Costco.com and we ordered it, we ordered it online, whatever. It delivered, and it has been sitting in our dining room for quite some time. And so we finally took the boxes outside. They were pretty heavy, but it wasn't like they were more awkward than heavy, But we got everything outside and we unpackaged it and we started assembling it. And y'all, so as we started assembling it, we noticed that like we're going through the list of parts that it says we should have. And one of the parts wasn't there. And I was like, David, we're missing this like little connector right here. And then I look, and the closer I look, I notice that the connector is actually jammed inside the base of the umbrella. Like it came that way. And I'm like, this particular connector, I can't explain it in words without a visual, but this connector is basically made to go in between two other pieces. So we had to disconnect it from the base of the umbrella so that we could eventually reconnect it to the base of the umbrella and another piece, but it had to be taken off the base of the umbrella in order to do so. Well, it was completely stuck. And I mean, I was like, are we going to have to call the company and get a replacement? Like, I was kind of just racking my brain because I wasn't really sure. I just wasn't sure what to do. Because I was like, this isn't really working. And I'm not sure, I'm not sure how the heck we're going to get this out. So we like problem solved. I ended up getting like a towel and a hammer and was kind of able to like low key, like just hammer it out. So that is what we ended up doing with that. It was not a fun experience, but this whole umbrella assembly, it took us about 2 hours between the two of us. And that was a lot of like sitting on the ground and reading instructions and getting back up and trying stuff. And then it didn't work because that piece wasn't in the right spot originally. And sorry if you hear rustling, that would be my cat. One moment. And we are back. I did a little shopping today, and Pumpkin decided that he really wanted to know what was in those bags. Anyway, so it was, 2 hours worth of putting this umbrella together, and we did finally get it put together. It's, just so you know, it's not like, it's not like your average little like patio umbrella. This is a very large umbrella that is made to sit, it's like, I would call it offset. So it sits like off to the side. It has a really big heavy base, and then it like tilts so that it covers the area that you want it to cover. So it's like, it's a big deal. Like it's a large, piece of equipment, and you have to do a lot to put it together. Like we had to like put the base itself, we put a bunch of water in the base to like hold the, to weigh down the base so that the umbrella doesn't go everywhere. So it was a process, Anyway, and then we had to break down the boxes. So this whole process was about 2 hours. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. So by the time we get finished with this process, I was just really tired. And I noticed that my back was like a little sore, but I didn't really think anything of it. Like I was just like, okay, yeah, there was a lot of like bending and moving and lifting, and I'm sure I like probably just irritated something. It'll be fine. So like I said, I didn't think anything of it. There was no like, it's not like there was this like moment in time where I like bent down and then all of a sudden my back was hurting. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that. It was just like oh wow, yeah, my back's kind of sore now, but I'm okay, Anyway, so then, so that day we had plans to, like just have like a little date night, and we went to the movies. We went to go see, we went to dinner. We went to our favorite little fajita place, and then, we went to go see the new Thor movie. And it was really cute. I mean, it was campy. It's Thor. Like it was really cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. But I liked it, and it's, it's Thor, it's Marvel. I still liked it. Like people are like, Marvel's going downhill. I don't know. I had a lovely time and I really enjoyed it. But it is what it is. Anyway, so we got our good fajitas. We went to see Thor. I was feeling some kind of way while we were out, but I just kind of like chalked it up to like, okay, I'm just sore because I did a lot, And like, I've had days where I go to bed at night and I'm like, oh man, I'm sore from today. This was, a really busy day. Anyway, this was kind of like that. I was like, okay, I'm just sore. So then when we came home, I actually had gotten in the mail a big box from Simply Gilded of a bunch of washi tapes that I did unbox and, for the vlog, and I still haven't put that vlog up, so sorry about that. But yeah, like I filmed that, and then I filmed another little unboxing. By the time I got done with those two, I was actually going to do a little diamond painting because it wasn't that late. Like, David was already in bed because he goes to bed pretty early, but it wasn't that late. It was maybe maybe 11 o'clock, and I was going to stay up until like probably midnight and just do a little diamond painting. Well, I couldn't. Like, that's how sore I was. So I was like, all right, well, so this is like Saturday, the 13th, by the way. So a little over a week ago at this point. And, yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm too sore to even just like sit down and diamond paint right now. I'm just going to go to bed. Like, I'm sure it'll be better in the morning. Well, by the time like I like walked into the bedroom, I could barely walk. Like, that's how sore I was. And I was like, something doesn't feel right. Like, I think I hurt myself. Well, Sunday I woke up and it was not any better. And then all of Saturday night, actually, I like couldn't sleep very well because the pain was that bad. Like, it kept waking me up and I couldn't get comfortable no matter what I did. And I was like, yikes, I don't know what happened. And like, I would notice that like, even just like getting in and out of the car hurt, walking up and down stairs really hurt. And I was like, all right, well, I clearly pulled something, whatever, I'll be okay. But like sitting upright in my work chair, like just was not comfortable. So I couldn't, like, cause I sit in in an office chair while I diamond paint, and I was not comfortable enough to do so. So I couldn't diamond paint on Sunday. And I was like, well, it'll be good for me to just get up and move a little. So I went to one of my favorite stores, called Hello Tokyo. And like, I knew I couldn't mow the lawn and do stuff like that outside. Like, I couldn't walk super well. And so David worked on the lawn, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just kind of go to the store and try to just get a little bit of walking in. I think it'll be good for me. And he agreed. So I went to the store while he did the lawn. And, by the time I got back from the store, I just kind of looked at David and I was like, this is not a normal sore back, David. Like, something's wrong. And so he was kind of encouraging me that day to make an appointment. And I was like, okay, like give me one more day. Let me like work tomorrow, see how it goes. Well, on Monday, I did feel a little bit better on Monday. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I can at least sit in my chair okay, but I still wasn't comfortable. Like, I still wasn't pain-free just sitting there. And so now we're on, let's see. So that was Sunday when I went to the store, and like, oh, that's what I was going to say. Like, David was such a saint. He did everything around this house. Like, he cleaned the litter boxes. He did the dishes. He did, all of the litter boxes, and like, just, he really helped out. And I honestly, like, I felt so helpless because I don't usually, I've never been to a point where I'm like, so like in so much pain that I'm not able to do things around the house. Like, that's just not me. I've never been like that. So I was really stressed. But yeah, so he did all that stuff around the house on Sunday. And I was, again, like I said, I was in so much pain. I didn't do any diamond painting. I just, I laid, like, I found a position where I was comfortable on our couch down in the basement, and I just I caught up on some RuPaul's Drag Race and just kind of relaxed and watched TV, and that was like our whole Sunday. Like I just kind of hung out with David from the couch while he did work around the house, and I felt terrible and there was nothing I could do. And we just talked a lot, you know, and like I said, he was really encouraging me to get a doctor's appointment, and I didn't want to do that just yet. But anyway, so Monday rolls around. So now we're on a week from yesterday. So Monday rolled around, and I just wasn't much better, even though I was able to walk just fine. And like I could sit and I could work okay, but I would get really uncomfortable. So I'd have to like move and go lay on the bed for a little bit and then come back to my computer and then, you know, just kind of move around a little. So I wasn't in one position for too long. And then, you know, I would kind of like, I was looking up like stretches to do online, and, you know, I found a few things even through like YouTube tutorials that were like, here's what stretches you should do if you feel this kind of pain or whatever. So I thought it maybe was something like sciatica or something, because where the pain was, and I should have explained this, it was all in my lower back. And at first it just felt like, oh, this is my lower back, you know? But then as I like really paid attention to more of where the pain was, it was right in my lower back on my right-hand side. It was not on my left-hand side at all. It was all on the right-hand side. So it was, you know, specific to one side, which is why at first I was like, oh, I pulled something, you know? But it was like, it felt like it was deep in my body, if that makes any sense. Like I was like, this just feels like it's so deep. But then it like radiated all the way down into my hip, like where your back connects to your butt into your hip. Like that's where I felt it. And it was just, I don't know, it was just really painful. And it was like kind of a sharp, stabby, burning type pain. But it didn't radiate down my leg, which I thought, like, if it was sciatica, usually that type of pain radiates down your leg. And this did not travel really. It was kind of localized to one spot. And so that didn't make a ton of sense to me. And I was like, I don't understand. I don't know what this is. Cause like I've heard of sciatica a million times, and I know what kind of pain that's described as, and this was just not really that. And so I was confused. Anyway, all that to say, since I wasn't better, you know, on Monday, I did go ahead and make an appointment to see the doctor. I did work from home again on Tuesday, and I went ahead and let my boss know what happened and that I was going to see a doctor Wednesday night, and ended up working from home on Wednesday as well, just so I could be comfortable, because I knew if I had to go into the office, I was not going to be comfortable. And like, because I can't vary my position. Like there's only one way for me to sit there, and that's in my chair. I don't have a standing desk in my office. So yeah, that was something else. So yeah, I told my boss, and he was fine with it. Like he was really understanding. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, so I worked from home Tuesday, and I made that appointment on Monday for Wednesday night. So yeah, turn my page just because I just knocked y'all. But yeah, so I went to see the doctor on Wednesday evening, and I'll explain why it was the evening here in just a minute, but it was like Wednesday evening at like 6:30 or something like that. So this was like almost a week ago. So we're now on Wednesday, I don't know, 15, 16, the 17th, August 17th, I think. So like 6 days ago. Anyway, so Wednesday, I go to the doctor at night, and my official diagnosis was this. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it. Sacroiliac joint inflammation. So your sacroiliac joint is like basically exactly what I was describing before. It's where your back and your hip like meet. It's like the top of your hip You have like a bunch of muscles and tendons there that are all connected, like that kind of connect your back to your hip. And so that joint was super inflamed, and I was having also muscle spasms. So that was my official diagnosis from my doctor. And he put me on like a course of treatment moving forward to, I'm going to be doing like a physical therapy for it. And I'll explain more here in just a second, but physical therapy for 2 times a week for the next 4 weeks, and then 1 time a week for the 4 weeks after that. So basically I'll be like within the next 8 weeks or so, I should be feeling better. I mean, according to what he is saying, he said, you know, he's hoping to get me back to like, you know, 80% here in the next 4 weeks, which I will say I'm probably about, at this point in the first 1 week, I'm probably almost like 50% better, which is great. Like it's a far cry from where I was before. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, so, what he basically did was just have me do a bunch of movements and indicate during, like when he was moving my body, indicate to him when the pain occurred so that he could like pinpoint what the pain was. So that's how he was like able to diagnose it. And then what he did was give me like a few stretches to go ahead and go home and do throughout the day, like every couple of hours, as a way to like kind of relieve that stress and pressure on that joint. So, you know, that was good. And that first appointment went well. And I did feel like even just after that appointment and doing a few exercises with him there, like I felt so much better just the next day. And like, I will say too, you know, I'm a heavier person, so I had a lot of fear, you know, in going to the doctor about this, because I felt like what he was going to tell me was, well, you know, your weight is a contributing factor and you need to lose weight. And it's like, yeah, no crap, Sherlock. Like, I know this, like, whatever. Anyway, he didn't do that at all. And, you know, I did have a discussion with him while I was there about feeling like, you know, my weight was a contributing factor to this issue because I did put on a lot of weight between, Pumpkin is still messing with something, sorry. I did put on a lot of weight between 2020 and now. And, you know, I did feel like that could be contributing to my lower back pain. And he was so kind and like non-judgmental about it. And he basically said, like, what I want you to understand is while your weight might be contributing to it, anybody can have this issue. And the long-term solution might be to, you know, to take some of that weight off. But there are a lot of things that we can do in the short term and that we're going to make sure we get you doing in the short term to rectify the situation so that you don't feel pain, so that you can, you know, go back to being yourself. So like that just felt really nice to hear from a doctor and to know that like he was not judging me for this situation. I don't know, like I felt like it was important for me to hear, and it felt good, like that he didn't judge me for that. But anyway, yeah, so you'll have to let me know if you guys are, you know, back pain sufferers too, or if you have the same issue that I have. And like, I refer to it as my back, but it's almost like, I would describe it as almost hip pain. Like it's right there on that line between my back and my hip, but I think lower back is the better way to describe it. Anyway, he, what was I going to say? Oh, so he was kind of telling me that like what we have to do moving forward is to build my core muscles. And so when I did, when I worked with the therapist, that's like the physical therapist, that's what he was telling me. So I have done another physical therapy appointment since. I had one on Sunday. And he was telling me that like what happens is when we have like poor posture or, you know, and we're doing a lot of lifting, like our muscles are trying to compensate for other muscles that have gotten weaker over time. And so what we have to do is build those muscles back again in our core and like utilize your core for your back support and learn how to like basically reconnect our mind with those muscles again. And like with your core muscles. And what he was explaining to me, and I thought this was a cool fact to share, is that what people always like think of as your core, there's actually more to it. Like, so when you think of your core, like to me, what that means is like your abdomen, right? And like maybe your obliques, like the side muscles, you know? But actually your core also includes your glutes, which is your butt muscles. And I just thought that was really interesting. I didn't know that. Like I didn't realize that your core, like the definition of your core also included your glutes. So that is a fun fact for you today. But that is actually one of the muscle like groups that we're working on strengthening so that my hips aren't bearing all of the load, that my butt is doing more work too. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. And it's, you know, I consider myself a pretty self-aware person. So it's, you know, it's been good, like tapping back into muscle groups I didn't know were there. And I think, you know, losing weight is just going to be kind of a part of this. And it, if anything, the whole experience has taught me that like, I don't ever want to get to a point where I'm immobile because of issues that I caused myself. Like, because that's how I felt at first. Like, even though he like validated that my weight was not the sole cause here, I still feel like, you know, I still feel like my weight could be debilitating at some point if I get to a point where, you know, I'm putting that much stress and strain on my joints over time. And I don't ever want to get to that point, you know? So it kind of like kicked my butt in gear to make sure that I'm like paying attention to what I'm doing with my body moving forward. Yeah. Where am I with this? So, yeah, so that, like, those two, like, 8-week programs or 8 weeks, those 8 weeks are going to put me, like, to hopefully feeling better right before our honeymoon, which honestly kind of stresses me out a little bit, because our honeymoon is scheduled for the end of October, you know, and I just want to feel good for that. Because we're going to be doing a lot of walking and a lot of movement then. So I don't know, I'm nervous, but I'm optimistic because I do feel so much better now. But yeah, what I'm noticing now is that, while I feel better just sitting here doing nothing, once I start moving again, I start to feel that pain pretty quickly, like it reappears. And speaking of which, so that leads me to Thursday. So that was Wednesday night, got my diagnosis, felt a little better. Well, because of the stretches that we did in office, by the time Thursday morning rolled around, I felt amazing. Like I had almost no pain. I got up. I was like, this is magical. This is great. Like this whole physical therapy thing is going to be amazing. So I got up and I started doing a few things around the house before I started working, because I was working from home on Thursday as well. So it was like 7 o'clock in the morning and I don't really have to start work until around 8:30 or 9. So I, you know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I was like, let me do a few things around the house. So I was just like, you know, tidying up, moving a few things from here to there, like, you know, putting the shoes back where they're supposed to be instead of like scattered throughout the house, whatever, like just tidying, you know, putting, you know, I don't know, putting clean dishes away, like little stuff like that really shouldn't matter. So I started doing a little bit of that around the house. And I mean, I don't know, I wasn't half an hour into doing some of that stuff and I felt awful again. Like my back hurt so bad, I had to sit back down and I was just like, you know, it was discouraging because I was like, oh, I like thought I was better, but I'm really not. Like, it's just like, it's almost like a Band-Aid, you know, and then it doesn't just go away. And I think, you know, I'm impatient, and I just thought that, oh, well, because I feel better while I'm not moving, I'll still feel the same way when I'm moving, but that is not the case. I did not feel great. And, yeah, that was a little disheartening, but it was okay. So, you know, I've just been, you know, Thursday, I just kind of took it easy the rest of the day. It was like, okay, no matter what I want to do, I have to stay off of this, whether I like it or not. So that's what I did. I just stayed off of it. And then, yeah, so Friday, I kind of did the same thing. I stayed off of it as much as I could. And then that evening, I actually had an appointment to get my hair cut that I did not want to sacrifice or give up. So I didn't. I went and got my hair cut, and I was sore when I went to do it. But I was okay, because like you're sitting in a chair, you know. The longer I stand, like when I stand is when it hurts the most. But yeah, so I went and got my hair cut, and I chopped a lot off. I chopped so much hair off. But it just felt good, like to have my hair feel light again, you know? Yeah, so I did that. I chopped my hair off. And then, yeah, so at that point, so Saturday morning, the following Saturday, was a week since I, like, had my initial injury, you know? And we had tickets to go to a Cubs game with David's parents. And I think I had described our little ritual of what we do every single time David's parents come in for a Cubs game. We, like, get together in the morning, we have dim sum in Chinatown, and then we take the train, we go watch the Cubs, and then we take the train back to Chinatown, and we get dinner together, and then they head home, and we head home. So that was, you know, of course, that was our plan. And I was like debating and talking with David back and forth, and he's like, you know, I don't think you should come because, you know, if you end up having to be on your feet for any extended period of time, like, you're going to be really miserable, and like, I don't, you know, we won't have a car on us and all this stuff. And I just told him, I was like, well, you know, if worse comes to worse, I can grab an Uber and just go home, and you guys can, like, you know, tough it out without me. It's going to be fine. So I did decide to go. And we just kind of like did what we could to eliminate my walking. Like, instead of us both parking in Chinatown and then walking over to the restaurant, like, David just dropped me off in front of the restaurant, and then he went and parked the car. And because, like, when you're in the restaurant, again, you're seated, so it's not, you know, I wasn't in any pain at the restaurant. And then, yeah, so we ate our dim sum. I managed to walk to the train. Like, I just took everything very slow. And there were points where I was a little sore, but, like, because I've been doing my stretches, like the doctor told me to do, like, I do feel some relief, and I was feeling better. And I'm honestly so glad that I went to that game, because the game itself was fantastic. So, like, the first few like innings were really boring, and I was like, oh, David, I was like, this game, it sucks so much. But then by the time, like, we got to, like, inning 5, things started getting interesting. And then actually they ended up in the 9th inning tying. So if you do not know the rules of baseball, because you're like I used to be, baseball just has 9 innings, and basically in an inning, the visiting team plays like a round until they get 3 outs, and then the home team plays a round until they get 3 outs. And runs are how the game is scored, and you, like, it's rare to have more than like 5 or 6 runs in an inning usually. I usually don't see much more than that, but this particular game was really boring, and there was only like two runs, scored the whole game. Like, it was just, oh, it was boring. Anyway, by the time they got to the 9th inning, the Cubs actually tied up the game. So when that happens, the game goes into extra innings. So in the extra innings, when like we were playing the Milwaukee Brewers, like in the extra innings, when the Brewers played, they scored a point. Then when the Cubs played, they scored a point. So they answered, basically, and the game stayed tied. Well, it kept going like that, and it was like a volley back and forth of the Cubs scoring and the Brewers scoring and the Cubs scoring and the Brewers scoring. And until the Cubs could score one extra run in their inning, they weren't going to win the game, or the Brewers. So, it did end up that the Cubs finally scored 2 runs in an inning, and they won the game. So it was just a really great game. I don't usually get into baseball that much. It's just not my sport. I prefer American football a lot more, but it was so fun, and I'm so glad I went because I really wasn't in a lot of pain. And I think it was good for me, to get out and kind of test that limit a little bit and listen to my body. And yeah, I'm just, this thing, like my blue dots are too sticky. But yeah, I'm really, really glad that I went. Yeah, so that was Saturday. So then, Sunday, I still, I'm trying to still stay off of things as much as I can. And we had, grocery shopping that we needed to do. So I actually really needed to go to Target and get my deodorant was on sale there. So I was like, I'm going to go to Target and get deodorant. And then David was going on a business trip this week. So he needed a few like travel size things. So I was like, David, I'll go to Target and get those things. Why don't you go to Costco and we'll tag team it? Because we have a Target and a Costco that are close by. And then, so we did that. And then I got my nails done because I really needed to get it had been 3 weeks and I needed to get my purple nails taken off. So you can see my nails are a lot shorter now. These are my natural nail. And I just had them painted with a no chip. And then once I take this no chip off, my nails will be naked for a little while. But that's okay. I have to let my nails breathe, even though it's ugly for you guys to look at. But I feel a little naked without them, though. I'm not gonna lie. I like having my nails done, but it is a very expensive thing to do. So anyway, so I got my nails done, and David finished up the rest of the shopping. That was Sunday, a couple days ago, and then I had my physical therapy, and he did more shopping during that. So it was good. Like we got a lot done in like the time that, like, we just tried to utilize the time as much as possible. Like he basically drove me around and then did shopping while I was doing other things. So yeah, it was good. So that was Sunday. And then Monday was yesterday. Oh, Sunday night we also watched the new House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel about the Targaryens. It was really good. It was a little brutal, which, I mean, it's Game of Thrones. I expect it to be pretty brutal. And whenever the brutality comes on, I just have to close my eyes. And I'm just like, David, tell me what happened. Because I can't like tolerate it. It's so gross. I can't do blood and guts and gore. It just doesn't work out for me. Not my cup of tea. But yeah, but it was really good. Like I said, no spoilers, but I will say, I think it's going to be kind of a cool season of lots of girl power. We'll just put it that way. So yeah, it was good. That was Sunday night. And then Monday, I'm like, my notes. Monday, I just worked from home, and I had another crap load of meetings. And because I've just kind of been focusing on, like, whenever I do feel better and I'm just kind of sitting here, I don't want to, like, put too much stress on myself. So I just kind of took a break, right? And I've been doing a lot of diamond painting. So I ended up finishing on Monday, yesterday, I finished that in Santorini kit. So I'm done with it. I was so surprised. Like it just came together so fast. So I'm done with that one. And I started this little guy last night, and I just got a ton of it done because it's well, not even last night. Like I finished the Santorini kit during my workday while I was in a meeting. So I just kind of started on this one right away. And then, yeah, so I started on this one right away. And then, between then and last night, I got like a third of it done. And then I'm working on this piece today. So I think I'll have, you know, I'll have 2/3 of it done before I go to bed tonight. Because all I have left is this little section I'm working on now for it to be 2/3 of the way. So that's cool. You know, it is just a little snack size, but I'm still excited that I feel like I'm getting a little bit faster than I used to be, because I'm not being so picky about like perfectly straight drills. I used to be kind of crazy about it, and now I'm just like, as long as it's just kind of in the right spot, I just let them go. Because like at the end of the day, when you look at the big picture, you can't tell. You can't tell. But yeah, so I just, like I said, I'm just not as picky as I once was. So I think I'm working a little faster. Also, both of these kits were rounds. If they were squares, like they wouldn't be going this quickly. But yeah. So that was yesterday. So tonight, actually, so David left really, really early this morning for his business trip. He is in Philadelphia. His company is actually based out of there, and they had some meetings with some of their customers and buyers. So he went to Philly for those, and I talked to him a little bit tonight and just caught up with him on how his trip was and everything. But then but yeah, so tonight I did a little bit of shopping this evening. Go figure. Me and my shopping. I just love to shop. What can I say? But my grandmother, ever since my grandpa passed away, my grandmother has been doing more of her little word search puzzle books. And she's been talking about them and how she likes them, but she buys them at the Dollar Tree, the dollar store for $1. And like, she was kind of not complaining, but she was just like stating that the ones that she's been buying are just a little bit too easy for her. Like they're kind of boring, and like because they're like large print and there's not a lot of questions in them, and so, or like not a lot of words to find. So she was just saying she was kind of bored with them, and so I was like. So David and I are actually going to visit her over Labor Day weekend. And so I was like, oh, that'd be a great idea to bring her some like harder word search books, because she likes to do those. She doesn't like she's never done Sudoku or, and she doesn't like crosswords. So like, I was just like, I'm just going to stick to word searches because I know that's what she likes. But yeah, she was complaining about that. So I was like, I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble and see, and that's a bookstore here in America. I don't know if they're everywhere. But I went to Barnes & Noble just to see if they had any puzzle books there. And I could just probably buy them on Amazon, but I like to kind of touch them and see what I'm getting as far as books, like that, you know. I don't know. I just wanted to like thumb through them and make sure that they were what I wanted and weren't too crazy, or weren't like super huge print, you know, because she was like, I don't like the big print ones. And yeah, so I was like, I just want to make sure I'm getting her something that she's going to enjoy working on. So I went to Barnes & Noble and I had a lot of success there. I bought a few other things at Barnes & Noble, so I plan on showing that in my vlog because I am a sucker for weird mystery boxes and I have to get them. And so I bought like 2 little mystery things. One is like a little Friends keychain and the other one is, it's like this little cat thing. I don't know. I'll show you in my vlog when I film it. But yeah, so I bought those. So I went shopping tonight at Barnes & Noble, and then where else did I go? Oh, I went to, so I have this little lumbar pillow that I've been using for support in my back, and I am going to bring said lumbar pillow to work. Well, it doesn't really have a cover on it, and I feel like kind of weird bringing it to work without a cover. So it's like kind of late. It's already almost 11:30 on at night, but I'm going to, when I finish this WIP and chat, I am actually going to go ahead and get I'm going to sew a cover for it. So I bought some fabric to do that at Joann's. And I actually just washed it. So yeah, so I went to Joann and I got that fabric. Yeah, I just did a little shopping, but I was kind of sore by the time I got home again tonight. So that sucks. But I mean, it is what it is, par for the course. And at least I'm like able to go shopping without a ton of pain. So I'm grateful for that. But anyway, so that was tonight. Tomorrow I have to go back into the office, and then now I have physical therapy every Wednesday and every Sunday. And oh yeah, I was saying I would explain why my appointment was at night. So the way that this doctor's office works is actually really nice. They have a doctor and physical therapist that like work together in tandem, and they are there 4 days a week, like 3.5 days a week. And they have extended hours on those days. And then the other part of the week, they're not there. So my doctor is in every Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. But Thursdays, he's only there for like half the day. So Wednesday was really, and Sunday were kind of the only days I could really do it when I had to go in twice a week for the therapy. So that's why I ended up with those days. But it's kind of nice because they do the extended hours, I'm able to go in the evening and I don't have to miss work for it. Because that was what I really didn't want to do, was have to miss work for the physical therapy. So I'm really grateful I was able to make appointments on Sundays and Wednesday evenings so I don't have to miss out on work. So that was good. And I really like their hours and the way that they structure those. But yeah, what else? So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Hopefully I will have this WIP and chat up by then as well. So probably be at physical therapy by the time you're accessing this, but what else? Yeah, Thursday I'll be working in the office. Oh, that was the thing I was going to say. Tomorrow morning, I really want to try to get there really early because my chair at work is pretty uncomfortable. I really don't like it. And they have a bunch of vacant offices, like vacant, not offices, but like little rooms that are offices, and there's a bunch of vacant ones. And I plan on getting in there early and switching my chair out with one of those because my chair is old and those chairs are almost new and they have a lot more support. So I'm just going to switch out my chair, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to request that they purchase me a new one. But I'm going to try to go the easiest route first, but I just want to get there early because I don't want to be like strolling in at 8:30, you know, and like switching out my chair for everybody to see. I'm like, I'll pass on that. Like, I'd rather just do it when nobody's staring at me. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get in there just a little bit early tomorrow. Not that like what I would be doing is wrong. I just would rather not do it in front of a bunch of people. I don't know. You know what I mean. But Anyway, this is kind of your maybe like 5 to 7 minute warning-ish. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm almost done here explaining all my woes. And I'm, like I said, I'm not complaining. I am very optimistic and I do feel better. And, you know, I did tell y'all what I learned from this experience. But, what was I going to say? I told y'all I didn't care about these being in straight lines, and look how wonky they are as a result. They're pretty bad. But it's okay. You can't tell from far away. But yeah, so Thursday I'm working in the office again, and then I have a little phone date scheduled on Thursday night with one of my friends. She is my friend who started diamond painting when I started my diamond painting channel. She's like my personal friend outside of YouTube and all that, like one of my college friends. So we have a phone date on Thursday night, and it's kind of nice because, like, I'm not, you know, David isn't here, so I'm not, like, I'm kind of just left to my own devices, and I can schedule that time however I want. I don't have to think about anybody else. No. So yeah, we have our little phone date scheduled. I feel like, you know, when we get busy like that, we kind of have to just schedule things because otherwise they'll never happen, right? I know you feel me on that. Ugh, I hate when I do that. Oh, first world problems. I just spilled my drills. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave them up here. I will correct this when I finish this WIP and chat. Lord. Mess. I have created a mess. Anyway, I spilled all my trash. Okay, where was I? I don't even know. Oh, okay. Phone date, Thursday. So Friday, I have, yeah, it's more like now is your 5-minute warning. Friday, I have a massage scheduled that I had scheduled from, like, before. And now I'm like, is that going to be good for me? I don't know. But I think as long as I mention, like, the pain and what I've been doing about it, I don't think they're, like, I don't know. I don't think it'll be bad. Anyway, that's Friday. And then Friday night, I'm also gonna, after that, I'm picking David up from the airport because he's coming home. I miss him dearly. And we'll probably just hang out Friday. We've been watching RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race, but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of stinks. I don't really like it. But that's on like every Friday night. It's okay. It's no regular RuPaul's Drag Race. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday, we don't really have any definite plans. I would say, like, I think we need to do a few things around the house, like, you know, just your typical task upkeep, like going through old mail and papers and, like, our normal tidying up, you know. But I do know that at some point this weekend, we have got to go through and do some more of our honeymoon planning. Because we have not, like, we booked all of our actual travel itself, but we haven't booked any of our accommodations. So, like, if y'all have any tips on where to stay in Paris or Venice or Rome, can you please notify me? Because I'm kind of freaking out. I think the reason I'm stressing about it is because when we book where we're going to stay, we also kind of want to book what we're doing. So that's like the bulk of our planning, right? Like, I don't want to stay somewhere that's super far away from all of the things that we want to go do, right? Like, who would want to do that? So I want to find a spot that's, you know, centrally located to the stuff we want to do. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what we want to do. So it's like a lot of planning. So we kind of just agreed that every weekend we're going to pick a location and start our planning. So I guess this weekend will be our Paris planning. We really need to figure that out. Anyway, so I am getting excited about our honeymoon. I did buy, I find that shopping for things gets me excited about them. So I bought, I kind of needed like a way to carry, our, what do you call them? Like shampoos and toiletries. That is the word I was looking for. I wanted a better way to carry our toiletries. So I bought like a new cosmetics bag so that I could carry those toiletries easily. So that should be delivering tomorrow, I think. I bought it on Amazon. Anyway, so I'm getting excited about the honeymoon. But yeah, if you do have any suggestions on places to stay, let me know. Like, you can just like DM me on Instagram. Probably easier than leaving. I'm really bad about responding to stuff on YouTube. Like, I just kind of go through and finally respond to all of them at one time. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on where to stay, please message me that. But yeah, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. is when I have my physical therapy. And like, I don't know what brilliant idea. I was like, oh, I'll just do it at 10 o'clock. It'll like get me out of bed and up and at 'em in the morning. Like, what? Whose idea was that? It was my idea. That's whose idea it was. But it was a horrible idea. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing that on Sunday morning. And then Sunday night, we'll be watching our Game of Thrones. But, yeah, that's the plan for this weekend. And then, yeah, just getting ready by the end of next week, like a weekend or so from now, we'll be getting ready to go to New York. So before my grandpa passed, we actually had these tickets. Like, we were planning on going to see them for Labor Day. So while we were up there, my grandma was like, so, I guess you're probably not coming for Labor Day now. And I was like, of course we're coming for Labor Day. Like, what are you talking about? We have the tickets already. We love you and we're coming to see you. So, so I think that's really given her something to look forward to. And I'm excited that now we'll have a little gift to bring her when I'm there, when we get there. But yeah, I think she, said is really looking forward to it. So I'm glad we kept our tickets and we kept our plan to go. So that'll be nice to just go see her for a bit and hang out. Yeah, so we'll be getting ready for that trip. And other than that, y'all, that's all I got. So I'm gonna hop off here now. I'm gonna go finish this little teddy bear half up here. And then I'll be done with 2/3 of the painting so far. That's exciting. Yeah, anyway, questions. What did I ask? I asked if any of you guys have a similar back pain to me. And if you've been through this, because it really blows. And if you have, I'm sorry. But I am glad that I'm doing the physical therapy. And then I was asking you, yeah. Oh, you'll have to let me know if you have watched the new Game of Thrones House of the Dragon series yet. And let me know if you have any planning suggestions for the honeymoon. Paris, Venice, or Rome, if you have places that you would suggest to stay. Send me a DM on Instagram. Yeah. I'll show you this kit really quick. Right side up with my spilled drills. Here's where we're at with it. Isn't it cute? Anyway, I hope you have a really great day whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to kind of getting back into a routine with videos. And I missed you guys. And yeah, see you later. And if you haven't already and you're still listening and you're new here, please subscribe. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.